me ask you, Jack. So some people in our audience are very cynical. They say nothing's going to change. Elon isn't one of us. This is a waste of time. Are we seeing, I mean, in the only 12 or 24 hours we've been doing this so far, have we seen anything positive develop yet? And should we be cynical or should we be hopeful, Jack?
Well, I think that we should always be hopeful, but at the same time, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I still think there's a place for Getter. I still think there's a place for Telegram, for Truth. Keep those things, keep them open, because even if things are good now, that doesn't mean they'll be good in 6 months from now, a year from now, right? You should always have insurance policies. I like those other platforms. I'm going to continue to use them. I'm going to continue to maintain my accounts, Rumble, etc. One of the biggest things that we've seen so far, Charlie, is this idea, and Bloomberg had the story, that Elon has talked about, number one, reversing all permanent bans. I think that's exactly right. I think there should be a general amnesty here. And then number two, he's brought in the Tesla engineers to crack open the algorithm itself, crack open the code of Twitter, and instituted a freeze on the code as of about 24 hours ago.
Wow.
So there was nothing they could do to actually change the code, because he wants to see exactly what he bought. Because, Charlie, let's look at this. He might actually be facing liability here, because if he finds things in that code that are not what we're told to advertisers, are not what we're told to the SEC during their deal. Remember, he's still pretty mad at these guys. They were in a lawsuit together.
Yep.
If he finds things that they're liable for, he had to fire them, number one, so as to show that he made changes. But then number two, this is like Neo getting access to the Matrix for the first time, right? He's actually poking around, right when he, that scene where he meets the architect and he's able to see, the code and all. Now he's actually in there. So the question is, what are we going to see? For myself, I've definitely seen my tweet scene be flying a little better. It seems like the shadow ban's off.
Yep.
And
some people are getting their accounts back, right? We are seeing
people.
Yes.
It's piecemeal, but what I would recommend to everybody, though, as a course of action. So let's, trust but verify, right? If you had your Twitter account suspended, ever, go in today and apply for reinstatement today. I want everyone to mass go on here and then see if the process is followed properly. If you're asked, why did you get suspended? Whether it was, if you're not committing like illegal activity, posting, photos of children or, bank vault passwords or whatever it is. Go in and see if you can get your account reinstated. I think if we have a mass movement of people doing that today, then it will really break the back of this entire thing. And Elon, I think we've already seen this in his text messages, by the way, that came out in the lawsuit, that he's basically said, look, I don't believe in lifetime bans. I think this should come up. Donald Trump, by the way, remember his ban from Facebook was only a 2-year ban. That's actually coming up in just a couple weeks.